On his Temu version of Twitter over the weekend, Donald Trump posted this. If you're unfamiliar with what he is trying to portray here, this is an AI generated photo of him dressed as Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore from the 1979 movie Apocalypse Now, played by the actor Robert Duvall. His famous line from that movie is, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." And as you see in the text, Donald Trump did a play on that, saying, "I love the smell of deportation in the morning," following it up by saying, "Chicago is about to learn why it's called the Department of War." Now, as many of you know, Donald Trump changed the Department of Defense's name to the Department of War last week, but we'll get into that in another video. Let's talk about this, though. This is the sitting president of the United States of America threatening war with a U.S. city. This prompted J.D. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, to put out his own tweet condemning it and pointing out the fact how unserious and how unnormal this is. We never see a sitting president make these kind of threats because we've never had a sitting president like Donald Trump before. He isn't interested in doing what is best for this country. He is interested in retribution and doing what's best for Donald Trump. And for some reason, he feels that sending the military into U.S. cities is best for Donald Trump. And I know, I think I know the reason, and many of you do as well. He's normalizing it. Remember how outraged we all were when he did it to LA, when he started using the National Guard and active duty Marines in LA, and how horrifying it was. And then he did the same thing in Washington, D.C., and it wasn't quite as horrible in our minds. You didn't see the outcry. You didn't see people taking to the streets like you did right after L.A. Now he's threatening Chicago. He is trying to normalize the vision of U.S. troops actively patrolling the streets of the United States. You know why? Because this is what authoritarian strongmen do. He's learned this lesson from Xi in China, Putin in Russia, Un in South Korea. This isn't normal and this isn't right. And we must call it out for what it is. This is an authoritarian power grab. This is the United States slipping further into fascism, and we must stand up and fight it at every turn.